Welcome, everybody, to the Talk Bout podcast. Hope you guys are having a good day. You guys can follow us on Instagram, follow us on TikTok, and subscribe here on YouTube. This is the first podcast of 2024, and we were supposed to do our predictions, and then I reached out, and once again, we got the man on the podcast. Thank you so much, Mr. Marcus, the Maniac McGhee. He is back, ladies and gentlemen. Marcus, how are you doing, and how's it feel to be back home now?
Hey, what's up, guys? Happy to be back on here and happy to be back home. You got embraced pretty heavily by my children, so that was a beautiful thing. And got to get back to the gym and do some training yesterday, so taking today a little bit lightly, but it's been a blessing, man.
Yeah, that's good, man. It's really interesting to see your rise through this, to be honest with you. When you first got into the UFC, I'll never forget this. I was in South Carolina, and I was driving home. It was a 10-hour drive from South Carolina all the way back to PA, and I reached out to you after I saw your first fight, and I saw the connection that you had with the lab, and I know of that gym, obviously, with a bunch of different people that have been in and out of that gym, like Jared Cannonier and others, and then I saw your connection with Tim Welch and Sean O'Malley with the Red Hawk recap, and also you helping him train, I think it was for Piotr Jan at the time. And to not only have you reach back out, but to have you on the podcast 3 times, and to also see your rise. I mean, it's honestly unbelievable, and I can't even believe like we really got together at a similar time. Like we just started about a year ago, and
it's been like almost like a year.
Yeah, I can't even believe it. So once again, very grateful to have you on, but to also see like the rise and everything. We're about to get into the fight that just happened, obviously this past Saturday. But thank you.
Appreciate it, man. God's got a crazy plan, right? We never know what His plan is, but yeah, we've been blessed, both of us, bro. And I appreciate you guys having me on the show still too. You know, I'm not too big for my bridges.
Yes, I appreciate that. The first thing I wanted to ask you is, you go into your third fight, right? And obviously it's once again at the UFC Apex. And you are now probably getting almost comfortable with being in the Apex and almost seeing how that is. And I think something that most people might maybe not talk about is that, do you think that will ultimately help you even more, or maybe it will be uncomfortable? Obviously, you haven't been able to experience that yet, and you've been only in the Apex. So when you do get that chance, how do you think that's going to feel?
It's going to feel wonderful. You know, honestly, I've had some pretty, not necessarily big organization fights, but I used to sell a lot of tickets when I did fight regionally. I always sold like over 100 tickets. So I'm actually pretty used to having a crowd. It'll be amazing to see the energy that the UFC crowds bring to it. Oh, yeah. But I do feel like I'm the type of person that separate myself from all that. You know, like I'm not even doing it for the crowd. Like it'll be great. It's going to be great to be in front of a crowd. I'm not hating on that, you know, but it's just great to be able to step in there and do what I love to do and use the tools that God's given me to use. You know what I'm saying? So like when it comes to in front of a crowd, no crowd at all, in an alleyway, you know, wherever.
Anywhere.
Yes, that's great, man. The first thing I wanted to ask you in regards to the fight, so you get into the cage, like I said, this is your third walk under the UFC banner. How were the nerves like this time? This is not the first time where it's short notice. It's also not your first, like, you know, like you've already gone through it twice now. You knew your opponent the second time. You had your camp. This was the third go. How did this one go in preparation?
You know, I think they're all different for sure, you know. And then as far as stepping in there, you know, I like I think there's only nerves. The nerves really take over if you question the work that you've done, right? And there's no question on the work. You know, we knew we put in the work, and no matter what, there's no guarantees even when you put in all the work, you know. So as far as like nervousness and a lot of those type of things, those things just aren't my focus, you know. Like I'm not overly thinking about that when I step in the cage. I'm understanding of the possibilities, and I accept them, you know. So I go in there free, man, free of all the outcomes, free of all the thoughts of what we're gonna gain and what we're not gonna gain, and just step in there and feel blessed, bro.
What's the next step for the Maniac?
Get back to work. You know, I'm definitely gonna spend some time with the family. Do a couple things with them. That's the plan for sure. But get back to work. You know, I already got back to training. A little bit busted up here and there, but I did what I could yesterday. Did some Jiu Jitsu. Went to striking practice. Taking it easy today. But I just want to get better. You know, I just want to keep on this train. I want to be a better servant. Want to be a better husband. Want to be a better father. Want to be a better fighter in every aspect of the word. And I really want to embody that. You know, and not be focused on these tests, as you say. Like the test comes, the test goes. But if I'm hoping to fight in April, that'd be great if I can fight in April. But like, there's a lot of time in between here and April where I'm going to be putting hours of blood, sweat, and tears in with amazing people around me, and I just want to be able to do that to the best of my ability.
Yeah, 100%. Well, I wanted to ask you, and I don't think we've ever asked you this question. When you do look at the bantamweight division, I mean, like I said, I can't even believe, like, when you do think about the bantamweight division and you look at that division, I mean, it is truly
Probably the best division.
probably the best division in the UFC. It's debated, you could go back and forth with either that one or like one other one. And bantamweight is so stacked from top to bottom, from 1 to 15, and even out of the top 15. When you do look at the rankings, is there somebody in particular that you would like to fight?
I know you're hoping for an answer, man, but I don't got one. In all reality, I watch all these guys and I'm impressed by every single one of them. And I think that me stepping in there with any of these guys is an exciting fight, right? I bring the excitement, and I think that if you're in the UFC, you bring excitement as well. So I'll be looking forward to the names that they do pass out there. But I'm not there's I literally see me fighting everybody.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt this program to give you the official sponsor of Talk Bout, Rev BJJ. You guys can start your jiu-jitsu career. You guys can also start your cardio and kickboxing classes. All you got to do is go to revbjj.com right now and start your jiu-jitsu career. Back into the program.
Like, there's so many of these guys that I could see them calling me with. So, I think it'll be exciting and a tough fight, whoever it's going to be. No name really pops off to me. I think I'll start getting closer to calling names, like Mario said, when I'm up there. Once I do some more work, once I've been around, once there's a smaller list ahead of me, then I'll be willing to actually start looking at the names and what I think out of the other 20 people ahead of me, But at the moment, I still feel like there's so much work to do, and I'm blessed to do it. I'm blessed to even have that on my horizon. So I'm just looking at it like that,
Yeah, that's awesome, man. I mean, I think obviously being patient and the way you go up and trying to just continue to get better and better and better. And every single fight you're performing, every single fight, you look better and better and better every single fight in so many different aspects. And obviously, like, people can break that down. I might not be the right person to break that down, but I can see from, obviously the fan perspective, every single time, everything, it looks like it's getting better, more complete. And to be able to watch it, like I said, it's incredible. But when you do look at the landscape of the division and you realize that it's so difficult and it is so in depth, do you believe that also fires you up more? Do you think that gives you more motivation? Like, every single day you go to that gym, you got to know, like, I am in the best, the biggest company in all of the world, and I am debatably in the most dominant and scariest division of them all. Like, does that continue to motivate you every single day and continue to get you these finishes and these fight bonuses and continue to do what you're doing?
I'm a motivated guy, man. I wake up and I see the sun coming up and I'm motivated, so like, it's easy to motivate me, but yeah, all that makes sense too.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, man. Like, again, like, part of me was like, oh man, I'm gonna take a good amount of time off. But the other part of me is like, man, like, no, these guys, I gotta get better, like, it's like, it's such a dense weight class, and I do think it's one of the best weight classes, most dangerous guys. All of us can do everything, right? And that's why, and everyone has great gas, great, so for me, it's like the thought process is, yeah, like, I'm just focused on getting better. I need to be ready for the boss.
Can't wait for the boss fight. I got 2 questions before I let you go. Thank you so much for your time. I really, really do appreciate it. The fact that you do this every single time, I can't be more grateful. So thank you. We both really appreciate that.
Thank you guys. I appreciate you guys.
No, yes, thank you. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
And I had 2 questions before you leave. I wanted to ask you first. This Saturday is a big card in Canada. The UFC is returning back for UFC 297, and Sean Strickland will be defending his middleweight championship of the world against Dricus du Plessis. Do you have a prediction for that fight? We're about to say our predictions on the podcast, so I thought I'd ask you what you think of that matchup.
It's a hard prediction, but man, Sean has impressed me so much. And even when he fought Jared Cannonier, I was impressed at how he even handled that. I did think he lost the fight still, but I thought that he looked good. And then the show how he showed up against Izzy, his jab. I really think that the best way to deter Duplessis is a great jab. You know what I'm saying? And I really think that's going to pay big dividends. So I'm going to go with Strickland. I think Duplessis has a lot of different tools to get it done too. But I'm going to go with Strickland on that one for sure.
Yeah, it's going to be a really, really interesting fight. I wasn't as excited for this card as a lot of the cards that are coming up. But there's been so much craziness that have came from this rivalry now. Even it used to just be a fight that was made, and now it's a rivalry, and it's gotten really personal. So we'll see what happens when that fight goes down. I appreciate the prediction, and I actually wanted to just ask you one question because it's something I never asked, and it actually came into my mind when you were talking about doing jiu-jitsu and striking and being like, what is your favorite martial art out of them all? Do you have a favorite?
I mean, striking is my favorite for sure, But and I wish I could say I had a favorite striking one, but man, I really enjoy them all. People think I like I'm just a straight boxer, but then you see me start throwing those spinning kicks and roundhouse kicks, and I love Taekwondo. I love Muay Thai. I'll calf kick you. I'm a student of all the arts. I really have embraced that the mixed martial arts part of it. I think the best way to do it all is to put it all together and be able to use each one of those weapons at will, right? Not have to like I sometimes like a lot of people they might even if they have good skill sets, they have to separate those skill sets. I like the idea of being able to go straight from boxing to being a Taekwondo guy, go straight from being a Taekwondo guy to being a Muay Thai fighter, go straight from Muay Thai to kickboxing. I want to be able to seamlessly flow like an airbender through all the martial arts.
I don't know if you were ever able to see. We talked about this the last time after one of I think it was your second fight. We announced our jiu-jitsu promotion and did our first event. Our second event is happening in February, and whether it's this one, the next one, whether it's 10, I would love to be able to somehow, we can obviously talk about it, but to get you to come out here and to see it and to be there. And I think to be able to get our community to be able to see you would be really huge for us, and it would be an honor. And for you to also see something that I've put my all into and get months and months and months of work, and to put on these events, to have you be there would be such an honor. So if we could make that happen someday.
100%, man. Yeah, let's definitely talk about it. I'm not. I would love to do that, and we did talk about it too. You sent me some stuff on it. I think I even watched it for a little bit. I think I might have even viewed in and watched it for a little bit. I'm sure I was following it, something like that, because I definitely remember you guys doing it. And remember watching some video footage of it. So I would absolutely love to come out there, hang out with you guys, get to see you in person, and support some jujitsu, man. Because I do love jujitsu as well. I love wrestling.
And we still, we plan on coming out to Vegas in June for Conor McGregor and Michael Chandler, if that is the case. And we would love to come to Arizona and be able to see the MMA lab maybe, and be able to see you. And we would come out there and do all that and finally do an in-person podcast as well.
Yeah.
So
I'd love to have you guys on my pod too, man.
Jeez,
yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I
have a great conversation.
So thank you so much, Marcus, for doing this, and we hope we get to see you in April. If it's not April, it's a little bit later. We'll be watching. You guys know, Marcus McGhee. He's came into the UFC short notice, and he showed everyone that he was supposed to stay, and then he comes back, he does it again, and now again, and we are now going on to the fourth fight. We'll see who's next. I feel bad for whoever's next, but it seems like the Maniac's going to take care of it.
The Maniac is the man.
And he will be in the top 15 soon. As much as he doesn't want to talk about the top 15, he'll be in there pretty soon. So, Marcus, thank you so much for doing this, man. I really, really appreciate it. You have a great rest of your day, and thank you for chatting with us. We'll talk soon.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate you guys. Have a great day, guys.
Yes, sir. Thank you. So you guys have it. Marcus McGhee, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely incredible. Absolute honor to have Marcus on the podcast. I don't even know what to say. It's like, doesn't even seem real.
I know.
Doesn't even seem real. We just talked to Marcus McGhee for like 25 minutes about Sean Strickland.
I should have said. I was about to say, I got one more question.
What?
And say, the motivation thing.
Oh, yeah. That would have been good to end, too.
Yeah.
Let him get his good spiel.
I will next time.
Yeah.
We're going to have him on again.
Yeah.
In person.
So who do you got, Drakus or Marcus? Dude,
Marcus all day.
Strickland's beating him.
Oh,
So.
100%.
I really do.
But you're like, well, he does anything,
Well,
so
what happens
might as
every
well.
single time? What happens every single time he wins?
I think he finishes Duplessis, and I think the second.
I'm gonna say
I think the second, because I think Strickland is going to keep him with the jab for a whole 5 minutes.
I think it's gonna be
He'll
4.
get the round. Duplessis is going to try to do is bounce off the cage and go and like do something. It's not going to work.
I think 4th round TKO Strickland.
4th?
Yeah, because Drakus is going to go a little bit longer than I think people think, but I do think you're going to see he's going to get tired. He's not because of his nose, he can't breathe, he got it fixed. Not because of that.
He's trash.
Yeah, he's trash, A, and B, he's never been in a fight.
We're never having him on the podcast.
No. Drakus?
He's trash.
Yeah, no, Drakus isn't.
He's garbage.
Well, there's
Dude,
a few.
Strickland on the pod.
Yeah.
Holy.
Never be back.
We'll probably be canceled.
He'll just beat the shit out of us. Do you see how he is on pods?
Yeah.
He's like, I'm going to
We should spar with him.
He's probably one of the last guys I want to spar with, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not even joking.
Like, you can spar John Jones or anybody. Because they'll take
be
it
realistic.
They'll take it easy.
Be
But
realistic.
Strickland would go.
Be realistic.
Wow.
Who do you want on the pod?
Anybody?
Realistic. Because that's a stupid.
Yeah,
answer.
probably Hamzat. But
Would you pick Hamzat over Connor on the pod?
yes.
Yeah, Hamzat. But Chandler.
Dude, Hamzat
Chandler.
would be funny. Connor would be more like to the label. Down to the label. You got it.
Realistically, who do you think we can get on next? Who's going to be next, realistically?
No, I'd be like
Can I be honest with you?
Hamzat.
It's going to be Sean.
Hamzat, cut the beard.
It's going to be
Cut the
Sean.
beard. Come on.
It's going to be O'Malley.
Sean O'Malley.
I know, as crazy as that sounds, but where's the connection going to go? Marcus, Sean, Welch, all on the pod.
I think first it's
Reveal.
I think it's gonna be the
We got 2 now.
Marcus McGhee's double deuce, double freaking deuce.
Where did the other one even come from, though? Right to the 1886 heater. He just stepped on it.
Oh my! Cut it! Cut it! Cut it! Oh my God!
Holy! And we can keep this. We can keep this. This isn't a song.
No, it's not copyright. Let's go! Oh my! Oh my God!
Welcome back.
Oh my Strickland! Holy smokes!
We are back from a commercial break.
Oh my goodness!
Holy.
We gotta get the.
The second theme song of
Dude.
Talk About right there, dude.
That
Holy
was
step.
mean.
That's like that's going to be a moment we will never forget. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt this program to give you the official sponsor of Talk About, Rev BJJ. You guys can start your jiu-jitsu career. You guys can also start your cardio and kickboxing classes. All you got to do is go to revbjj.com right now and start your jiu-jitsu career. Back into the program on the pod.
I accidentally stepped on it.
You stepped on every button. It was like, bam! And then it all faded.
See that.
Dude, that's going to be great.
Oh, my leg's dead, so I can't even feel anything.
Realistically, though, I think it's going to be O'Malley. And, dude, could you imagine Sean O'Malley, Tim Welch, and Marcus McGhee?
No, I think it's going to...
Five-way match.
It's going to be the guy that fought on Marcus McGhee's card. His friend. that he trains with.
Mario Batista, you think?
Probably
Ooh,
him
that would be a
next.
great pop.
Him
dude.
next?
You know he's supposed to
And
fight
then-
Garbrandt.
No, it's
No,
not.
then Welch and Sugar. Honestly, the best pod though, it would be Welch. Pod.
I think the best pod would be Sugar and Welch. Both.
Yeah, and McGhee. Just throw them
And
all
McGee.
in. Dude, could you imagine we
I
do
would
that?
be.
We should,
Dude, I would
as
be
Harry would
pooping my
say,
pants.
close the deal, brother. Close the deal. Dude, what if we did it? We can, though. We can do it. The maniac.
He's the man.
He is with a plan. And you
And,
know he's got a plan, dude. I know he doesn't want to talk about the top 15 yet, but it's
he
there.
knows.
He knows.
He knows.
But you know what's crazy?
He's great.
You know what's going to be a crazy day?
Hmm.
When we log on for podcast part 50 with Marcus.
And he's the champ
He's got that belt around his shoulder.
against Sean O'Malley.
Dude, no. Yeah, but you know that's
And then
like
we
how
have
it's
the
gonna
debate.
happen.
Me and Sean O'Malley and Marcus McGhee in the same Google Meet
No,
talking
in
trash.
they're,
And we interview them.
they're teammates.
But what if they fight? They're going to
person.
fight. Oh, in person? We're not defending. We're not like doing
We'll break them
anything.
up. We'll break them up.
Sean O'Malley's going to go. Boom, boom.
We'll break
and
them
then
up.
Marcus McGee's going to go.
Dude,
Spinning
back.
freaking kick. Wheel kick. God. Eat it.
You know
for
what's so
lunch
funny?
and
You know,
dinner.
you know what's so funny though? He's gonna watch the pod. It's like the first part of the pod, you're like this. And then the back end, you're like, for lunch, for dinner.
For lunch, you're going to get that spinning wheel kick. For dinner, you're going to get that one too, brother.
Dude, he's a beast. He's a
God.
beast. But yeah, guys, welcome back. And if you guys didn't know, if you guys don't follow us on Instagram, because that's where all this stuff goes, especially.
Follow us right now. It's only one button. Well, two. Or
Talk
three.
Bout Tournament 2. February 3rd at the Oxford Area High School. If you're in the area, get your tickets now at talkboutpodcast.com. We have a
Get 'em right
stacked
now.
card. 3 black belt / brown belt matches.
And he's going to be on the card.
I'm on the card.
And the walkouts are going to be insane. The music, the lights, the freaking fights, everything, the mat, the fans. Dude, it's going to be insane. You better reach out and you better go and talk to your family and talk to your grandparents, your great-great-grandfather, everything. You better sign up and buy those freaking tickets.
And there is a blue belt, purple belt tournament that's filling up right now, 145 to 165 pounds with a $300 cash prize.
You don't know what just happened.
I don't even think we should say.
Yeah, just someone tripped and fell.
No.
It was Marcus.
Could you imagine that we surprised everyone he actually done?
Dude.
That would have been sick. We do a Google
And
Meet.
he does a skateboard on here.
Oh, ollie up to end the pod.
Oh. We open the... Oh, well, we're outside, so we can't.
Yeah.
We move the wall, the magic wall.
Yeah.
And then Marcus McGhee's back there doing flip skates.
Flip skates.
That's how you do it?
Yeah, kick flips.
Kick flips.
But yeah, guys, we'll be back next week. Let's see what happens with Strickland, and we move on to Volkanovski.
Yeah. Taporia's going to win by knockout.
Volk. Yeah.
Volk!
First round. No. First round.
Imagine we get Islam Makhachev on the... Nah.
Or Leon Rocky Edwards.